Sorry, it's definitely First Kings, but chapter 19. And what it talks about, hold on. What it talks about is how Elijah heard from God. One thing you have to understand is when you go to read this, understand the context of it. Ahab was king of Israel. Jezebel was his wife. Jezebel controlled everything Ahab done. Again, hold on. And at this point, I believe Ahab had died, but Jezebel was alive and took ruling over the kingdom. And she wanted Elijah's head, plain and simple. She wanted that man dead, because all the things he had done prophesied against her and everything else. So here's where it gets interesting. He ran, you know. Like most of us in human nature, we would run to, especially when she has a powerful army and it's just me, a mortal man. Well, as the story goes, he went into this cavern in a mountain and he asked to hear from God. So, giant winds swept by. God wasn't there. Big, I believe it was a rainstorm, comes by. God wasn't there. All these things happened and God wasn't there until he heard a faint little whisper. And that's the thing. God doesn't come out very strong. And that's something we don't realize, is God doesn't yell or want to scream at us. He'd rather just whisper to us and talk to us in a soft, calm tone. And the reason I don't think he wants to yell or scream at us is because he knows a lot of us have a trauma response. Like, we won't hear him when he yells. We won't hear him when he screams at us, because we shut down. But when we hear that faint little whisper, that faint little, hey, how you doing? We pay attention. So yeah, I'm looking at a career change possibly again. And I'm praying to God about it. I don't want to say too much about that. But I will ask for your prayers. I know this is all broken up into different sections. I apologize. I'm walking the dogs this morning and a lot of traffic going on. So, but again, I just really ask for a lot of you for prayers. Yeah, that was one of them. To help me with this thing. Help me pray that I can hear God's whisper. You know, because I'm enjoying the beauty of God's creation everywhere. But one thing I do want to touch on is, if you think it's a sign from God and you're on social media, double check it, because a lot of times the way they build these algorithms or patterns is based off what you've said. And I know the phone's listening, but we all know that. And that's where it's going to feed you and feed you and feed you. It's reading your messages and everything. Unfortunately, we're past the point. But that's a whole different video. All right, have a wonderful day. Oh yeah, like I said, please pray for me and help God ask for guidance for me. Thank you.